Hey folks, Nathan Latka here. I'm the CEO and founder at Heyo, and we're about to jump in and get started on this webinar focused on exactly the content calendar you should use down to the status update or the tweet in 2015 to ensure that you reach all of your fans. And as you guys know, you're part of the great Post Planner community led by Josh himself, and we'll unmute Josh here in a second. But in the meantime, while we're waiting to get started, I need you guys to go to the link on my screen and check in if you can hear me clearly and if you can see my screen. Again, I don't know if you can hear me clearly or see my screen. If you can, check in by going to heyo.com/check-in. I'll go see if you guys are checking in right now, and I'll be right back. Hey folks, again, those of you just joining, you're in the right spot if you're waiting on the webinar to start, focused on the content calendar you will want to use in 2015 to ensure that you get engagement on all the content you post and reach your fan base. You guys are all part of the Post Planner community, and we've got Josh on, the leader of the community, to articulate why we're presenting this content today. I'm about to unmute him here in about 30 seconds, but in the meantime, I need you guys to check in to let me know that you can hear me clearly and see me by going to heyo.com/check-in. And I see Katie Roller, Lisa Malcolm, New Chef, Dwayne Bradley, Rolanda, SMS Crystal Close, David Pride, and a bunch of others are checking in. So go check in with them, and we'll talk to some of them in a second. But first, I'm going to go down here, and I'm going to make Josh an organizer on GoToWebinar. And Josh, when I do this, you should get unmuted as well. Alrighty, let's see here. Josh, are you there?
You hear me out there?
I can hear you great, man. How are you this morning?
Doing well, buddy. How's life?
Oh, I gotta tell you, man, it's good, but it's drizzly out here right now. It's windy. I bet you're sitting in the sun out there on the beach in San Francisco, huh?
Not at all, bro. We have the storm of the decade coming in today. We're supposed to be like 30-foot surf, 100 miles an hour winds, an inch of rain every hour. So it's gonna be pretty epic.
Holy mackerel, are you a surfer?
Yeah, but I'm not going out there today.
You sit and watch on these days, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Well, hey, look.
Webinars.
Yeah, you do webinars. You've obviously done a fantastic job building up this post planner community since the beginning several years ago. You know, now 2015 is about to start. Why don't you walk through a little bit about how we met and why you decided to have me on to work together on this webinar today?
Sure. Well, Nathan and I met a couple years ago at Social Media Marketing World. I had actually been following Nathan for a while from way back in his fan page engine days when he used to sell FBML code, which was pretty awesome. He was in at the ground floor on all this Facebook marketing stuff. But anyway, Nathan and I met a couple years ago at the Social Media Marketing World Conference.
You remember, Fan Page Engine.
What's that?
You remember, Fan Page Engine was, I think it was David and some other folks, but I want folks to make sure they don't get.
What was yours called?
It was Fan Page FBML for newbies, and Fan Page Factory.
Fan Page Factory. Sorry.
I just didn't want people to get confused.
Whatever, man. Yeah, exactly. I remember that. So yeah, we met a couple years ago at the conference, and last year we really connected over a really great dinner with a friend of ours, Emmerich, and a couple other people. And then in the meantime, we've done a lot of events together. You guys probably saw Nathan's Creative Live course a couple weeks ago, which was awesome that I participated in. And yeah, I mean, I wanted to have Nathan on here to tell you guys out there in the post planner community some of the best tips that he has on Facebook marketing going forward in 2015, and I think he's going to lay down some really awesome stuff today.
And Josh, I'd love to obviously have you unmuted because you're the undeniable expert when it comes to content posting. And what we focus on at Heyo are campaigns, so strategic campaigns to build the list. And where those two things get married together is a really interesting opportunity for those of you that have just joined that are curious about how to reach your entire fan base in 2015 and then use that reach to build your list. So if you just joined us, guys, you want to go to the link that you see here on my screen to check in, to let Josh and I know that you can hear us clearly and that you can see our screen. It's heyo.com/check-in. And Josh, I'm going to go here and just say hi to a few folks. We see Deborah. Deborah, do you know any of these folks?
Yeah, some of them look familiar.
Yeah, let's talk to Jamie real quick. Jamie Slutsky, it looks like. I've got you unmuted. Can you hear me clearly?
I can.
How are you today?
I'm doing great. Thank
Good.
you.
So you're a little nervous. It's okay. So you're with Fit with Flair. Tell me, why'd you make the time to join today? I know your time is valuable.
I am here because I need to understand this stuff better. I need to learn how my business can really maximize, get maximized in the next year, and also be able to translate it into actionable steps for my clients.
I love that. How many clients are you working with?
It varies from, right now I think I've got 5 active clients, but it goes from anywhere from 1 to 15. It just depends.
Okay, that's great. Well, hey, I think you're really going to learn a lot today. Jamie, is it okay if I unmute you at the end of the webinar to get your feedback?
Sure.
Great. Well, Jamie, again, thanks for joining. Let's check in with one other person, and then we'll jump in and get started. Let's talk, Josh, to looks like Kim Cruz here. There she is. Oh, and Kim doesn't have her microphone connected, so I'm going to try Lori Mayberry instead. Lori, I've got you unmuted. Is your microphone connected? Okay, Lori doesn't have.
Hi, how are you?
Oh, hey, Lori, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
We are doing well. Tell us real quick, what's your business and why did you decide to join today?
I have several businesses, but one of them is supplements that we sell, natural supplements, and we're launching on Facebook and trying to build our social media. So we need to step it up.
Great. Well, I hear ya. Look, you're committed to learning, and I love that. So, Lori, again, I'll unmute you at the end of the webinar to get your feedback, okay?
That'd be great.
Great. Cool. Okay, one more person, guys, then we're going to jump in and get started to focus on the content calendar you can use in 2015 to reach your entire fan base and grow your email list at the same time. We're going to check in here with Miss Hillary Morris. Hillary, I have you unmuted. Is your microphone connected?
Yeah, can you hear me?
We can hear you great. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm not a female, but I love this quote.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, those are my shoes actually, and they go with my brand in a way with my logo color. So I thought I'd just throw it up there, something fun.
I love it. So you're a mom to 3 mini you fashionistas. Tell us, you're really busy. Why'd you make the time to join today? What do you want to learn?
You can probably hear one of them in the background there. Well, you know, I work in social media, and I have a bunch of clients who, because of their local audience, you know, Facebook is huge in that regards, and I spend a lot of time on Facebook, and I'm always looking for ways to just confirm what I'm doing, and then learn new things to improve, and I'm just constantly absorbing new information, and the timing of your webinar was perfect. So, and I also have a small networking group of all entrepreneurs, solos, and so I'm always just kind of feeding them with great information. We're always sharing ideas. So I'm looking forward to taking what I learn here and go back to them with what I've learned.
Well, Hillary, I love that. And if it's okay with you, depending on how you're able to manage the kiddos along with the webinar, I'd love to unmute you at the end and get your feedback on the content, okay?
Sure.
All right. Well, guys, let's jump in and get started. So again, my name is Nathan Latka. I'm the CEO and founder of Heyo, and you just heard from Josh, who is the Chief Happiness Officer and also more conventionally known as obviously the CEO and founder of Post Planner, which you guys all know and love. And the content we're going to focus on today is exactly what you see on my screen right now. So I'll ask you guys to tune in. If you joined early and you're waiting for us to get started, I want you to know we are starting right now with the content. And we're going to focus on a specific content calendar that you can use to reach all of your fans in 2015. And Josh, if it's okay with you, man, I'm going to leave you unmuted, especially because I know Scott just posted a blog article around a content calendar strategy earlier today on Post Planner's blog.
Sure.
All right, great. So guys, here's what you're going to learn in the next 30 minutes. First, we're going to go through 6 status updates that you can copy that will get you likes, comments, and shares. So people like Jamie that are listening, or Lori Mayberry who's in supplements, or even Hillary who's in the fashion industry, you'll be able to use these status updates so that, again, you get engagement in your industry, no matter which industry you're in. Next, we'll walk through the 3 secret variables you'll need to understand to decide when and what to post on your pages or your other social outlets. And lastly, we'll show you how to use the quick way to use content to double your email list. Now, while we're going through this, guys, I want you to understand we want this to be super engaging. So you can always go and what we're going to do is have this contest. And Josh, you'll pick a winner at the end. Well, guys, what you'll do is as you're taking notes during the webinar, and I'll tell you really important things you should write down, you could submit them to Josh and I via Twitter using hashtag HeyoNotes. And the winner of that campaign will pick at the end and reveal the name and obviously the prize. So why should you guys tune in? Well, again, you just heard from Josh. You heard how we met at Social Media Marketing World and then shared a delicious seafood dinner together with our friends Emmerich and Jamie and Kim Garsh and some others. And over the past 4 years, as Josh just articulated, I launched a fan page called Fan Page Factory and grew it to 100,000 likes, all from my dorm room. I mean, Hillary, I was literally wearing my Christmas boxers, just hustling here in the mountains at Virginia Tech on our campus. Well, before I knew it, the Wiley series reached out. Do you guys know the Wiley series? You know, they published those black and yellow books, and in those books, actually, I'm going to turn this on so you guys can see me too. So you guys know, there you go, you can see my face now. In those books they publish, right, they take content and they'll call it something something for dummies. Well, this book they wrote was called Facebook Marketing All-in-One for Dummies. They featured a lot of our content, and before you knew it, we were flying around the world, speaking at conferences, articulating these strategies to the larger public. Now, most recently, as we've grown, we joined Sue Zimmerman on Creative Live, and as Josh mentioned at the top of the call, we presented to 14,000 small business owners in a film studio and via a company called Creative Live several weeks ago. Again, 14,000 entrepreneurs and small business owners like Jamie, like Lori, and like Hillary tuned in. So throughout this entire time span, we've launched about 250,000 Facebook campaigns, and we've done in-depth research reports with folks like the Wall Street Journal, with on Jeff Bullis's blog, on All Facebook, Social Media Examiner, Post Planner's blog, Inside Facebook, and most recently, guys, a Forbes billionaire invested $2 million in the business so that we can help more of you guys, which obviously we love. So with all that being said, hopefully you know a little bit more about me. You know Josh, but why don't you quickly tell us a little bit more about you by answering the poll you've seen on your screen right now. Are you an entrepreneur? Are you a small business? Are you an agency? Or are you a consultant? Go ahead and answer the poll on your screen now. Josh, what's your guess, man? You know your audience way better than I do. What do you think most of them are going to select?
I would say entrepreneur or small business.
All right, let's see here. I see 43% of you guys have voted. I'll wait until at least 50% of you have voted to move forward. We're at 48, 49%. Perfect. Okay, I'll close the poll, and Josh, you were dead on. So you guys can see 44% of you guys are entrepreneurs, 29% of you are small businesses, and 26% of you are consultants. So that is really helpful for me to know as we go through this webinar. A few other things, guys, real quick. I'm going to ask you, how many of you guys previously have launched a Facebook campaign, whether that's a content campaign via Post Planner or an application you've launched or any kind of targeted social media campaign? Just select yes, no, but I want to soon, or no, I don't use Facebook on your screen right now. All right, great. So the majority of you guys, 71% of you said, yes, I have, which is great. So good. That helps me get to know a little bit more about you. So let's move forward now into the content. Again, in the next 30 minutes, you're going to learn the 6 status updates you can copy, 3 secret variables that you need to know about, and lastly, the quick way to use this content to double your email list. And at the end of the webinar, we'll have live Q&A. We'll pick a winner for the Heyo Notes contest, and we'll make sure that we show you our highest converting campaign ever. You won't want to miss that. It will really surprise you, especially the industry that they're in. So let's jump directly into the content. First, the 6 status updates that you can copy that'll get likes, comments, and shares. And Josh, as we jump into this content, I know you think about this all the time at Post Planner. What would you say the #1 mistake is that most people make when they think about publishing content to Facebook?
I would say the #1 mistake is they wing it, which means they have a gut feeling that something's going to work, and then they just try it instead of basing their post decisions on more data.
So no, they don't have a plan, basically.
They don't have a plan, and they're not posting based on what has been successful in the past. They're posting based on what they have a gut feeling or what they think is going to do well, rather than basing their posting on things that have performed well already, proven stuff.
Proven stuff, good. And the more data and research we can get behind proven, obviously the better for you guys. This is obviously what Post Planner does exceptionally well. And here are some six status updates, again, that you can use that you'd also likely find in the Post Planner back end. So Josh, we've seen this time and time again. You guys will want to write this down in your notes. True or false statements work exceptionally well. So here's an example that we put up. It said true or false. Would you use Facebook for marketing more than any other social network, right? Feel free to explain or expand your response. So Josh, we know the reason that this will do well is because it's not asking a lot from the viewer. All they have to do is type 4 letters, either true or false. And by doing this, you make it easy to engage. Josh, have you seen a post like this work well in the past via the research and data you've collected?
Yeah, these posts that have a one-word answer tend to do very well because they encourage kind of a knee-jerk reaction. It's very easy to type T and enter, or F and enter. So, if you ask questions that have a one-word response, you're going to get a lot more comments than if you, ask a question that requires a whole paragraph of explanation. People may think of the answer or what they would like to say, but they'll never write it down. You won't get any engagement.
Because it takes too much work. So that's a great strategy for folks like Kayam Jones, who is watching right now. We've got Casey Karen James. This will work for you as well. We've got virtual assistants tuning in. This strategy is going to work great, obviously, for your clients. And for Hillary and Lori and Jamie, who we spoke with at the beginning of the webinar, this strategy will work great for you as well. Any true or false statement, that's one. The second thing you want to write down, okay, is ask very easy to answer questions like this one. I'll let you read it on my screen right now. So again, building off what Josh just articulated, I think super elegantly, this requires a one-word response. Here it is. If you could only use one social media management tool for the rest of eternity, which would you choose and why? Right? Now, this works great if you're in the social media space. If you're listening right now going, I hope I'm going to get some examples from my industry, what I want you to know is that you will. In fact, what I'd like to do is ask you guys to tell me in the GoToWebinar questions right now, what industry are you guys in? Tell me in the GoToWebinar question, what industry are you guys in? And Kim Barr, Terry Walker, Roberto Lebron, don't be shy. So Ellen Allard said, I'm a children's performer. Kim is in health and wellness. Fabiola is automotive. Kaim's in real estate. I see digital marketing, arts marketing, architecture, handmade jewelry with Rosalind Evans. Great. A lot of really good industries here. And I want to encourage you guys and remind you, we've got Lauren Wilson from the Heyo team in the GoToWebinar chat answering any questions you have there. So thanks for articulating to me what industry you're in. And here's the good news. The strategies you're going to learn on this webinar, they'll work no matter which industry you're in. Okay, so we just talked about true or false statements. Now asking questions. So if you're in the jewelry industry, which some of you said, you might post a picture. And Josh, I know you see, again, because Post Planner, you're constantly with data proving and recommending what works. When somebody attaches a picture to a status update, what typically happens?
Well, images just get shared more. So if you're gonna, ask one of these questions, you could do it as a text update, and that may work. But I would guess that if you take one of these questions and put them on an image, they're gonna get shared more because people tend to share images more often.
So for Rosalind, who just articulated, she's in the jewelry industry. She might take a picture of something she's created or that she's creating and say yes or no. Should I use the orange bead or the green bead, right? Or a simple question like that to allow people to take part in your content creation process. So that was the second strategy. Write that down. Ask questions. Here's the third. Use motivational quotes. Use motivational quotes. So this is obviously works exceptionally well no matter what industry you're in. But Josh, I hear this all the time. People go, Nathan, I'm in some weird industry. How do I find quotes relevant to my industry? And I think obviously you've got the answer in Post Planner. So tell us real quick, how does Post Planner so accurately find these quotes no matter what industry people are in and recommend them so frequently?
Well, we basically allow you to add any fan page to Post Planner, and then we go out and crawl that page and find all the images that page has ever shared, and then we crunch the engagement data on all those images, and then we show you the images that have performed the best, which means the ones that have basically gotten shared the most. So if you want to post a quote, for example, on an image on your page, then you could go to and find a fan page that shares a lot of quotes on images, and you could put that fan page into Post Planner, and you could quickly see which of the quotes was the most popular, the one that went most viral, and then you can either use that image there, or you can create a new image with that same quote on it, put your brand on it, and you should, that image should perform better than any of your other posts that you've ever put out.
So guys, we talked about true or false. We talked about asking a question. This motivational quote strategy also works really well. And keep in mind, as you see here in the upper right of my screen, positive posts get more likes usually than negative posts or extremely polarizing posts. And you can find some of those. Again, find a competitor that you really like how much engagement they're doing. Put that link in the Post Planner backend. And Josh's software will tell you exactly what quotes you should copy from that page or reuse for your own purposes from that page to drive engagement. So motivational quotes is the third. Here's the fourth. Use a fill in the blank strategy. I'll let you read the example I have on my screen right now. This is really relevant for the holidays. Can I see a bunch of you guys like Katie Roller, or you're reposting the notes via the hashtag, which is great. I see Sandra Gerald just checked in. Here's the fill in the blank example you see on my screen. It says, if money were no object, my ideal present would be blank, right? So any kind of fill in the blank, this subconsciously, when a viewer sees this, they feel an emotional need to fill in that blank, right? Kind of like when you're talking in a conversation with your best friend and you can finish their sentence, that urge, you create that urge with this kind of content. And Josh, these do, I believe, really, really well from the data you've collected as well.
Yeah, and exactly for the reason that you just named, people usually fill in the blank inside their head before they write something, and fill in the blanks do that. They put the answer right in your head before you even have to think about it. Rather than a question where you might it might be an open answer and you might have to think about it. So fill in the blanks are great because they insert that answer right into the brain of your fan, and if they have that answer right on the tip of their tongue, they're going to probably type it out and push enter and leave a comment, or at least like the post.
Yeah, especially if they've already got that answer, they're more likely to do those things. And guys, once they do obviously put in that comment, you want to be super engaging there. Make sure you're replying to keep it going and keep that dialogue going back and forth so it's not one way. That's the fourth concept you want to write down, is the fill in the blank strategy. Okay, here is the fifth, and I love this one. In fact, we've done this at Heyo before to help craft our product strategy. You'll want to write down on your notepad, look, even I'm taking notes right here. Okay, write down crowdsource. Okay, crowdsource as a strategy. So here's what this particular example used. They said, calling all big thinkers. We are looking for a new hashtag to use for our annual event. Submit your creative ideas in the comments below, and we just might pick yours. So Josh, these kinds of questions can be dangerous if you're crowdsourcing and you're looking for a really expansive answer, right?
Yeah, but if you're just looking for a hashtag like this, again, it's a really short comment that they need to leave. They may need to think about it a little bit more than maybe the other ones you put here. But I think a one-word hashtag is a pretty easy thing.
And I've been in the back of Post Planner before, Josh, and I've seen people, they'll crowdsource, they'll put an image up with like an A version and a B version and crowdsource the answer. You think those will continue working well in 2015?
Yeah, I think those do pretty well. They probably won't get shared as much because just like what you were saying before, you got to kind of dive into the psychology of why a person shares something, and the reason that inspirational and positive quotes do so well is because people share them because they want to broadcast something about themselves, right? They want to affect the perception of who they are among their friends. So when when they share a wise quote or an inspirational quote, they're basically telling the world, hey, I'm an inspirational person, I'm a positive person, I'm a wise person. And so those are always going to do better. But these ones where you're asking for A or B, you'll get great data. You probably won't expect those to go viral.
Absolutely, you won't expect these to get a ton of shares.
Right.
Yep. Great. Well, hey, I do want to give a shout out to Trish Danger, who's making fun of me on Twitter under the hashtag Heyo Notes thing. She said the way you pronounce my last name is Danger. So Trish, special call out to you. Thanks for joining Josh and I on the webinar. I know you're learning something. So this is the strategy you want to write down is crowdsourcing content. And whether you're in real estate and you're looking at the street appeal from one, or curb appeal from one house versus another, right? You can crowdsource that. If you're in the services industry, maybe you have 2 different ebook covers you want an opinion on, or maybe you're trying to name your next product and people can help you name it. There's a bunch of different things. Maybe you're deciding between 2 conferences you want to go to in the services industry or real estate industry. Well, ask your fans and let them control which one you go to based off what response gets the most comments. So all great strategies here.
Nathan, let me break in here. I got a comment there. One way this is also good is that you can, when you have your fans respond and they use certain terms, you can use those exact terms in your marketing. It's very good to hear how your customers talk about your product and your services and your industry, because you get their vocabulary, and you want to use their vocabulary in your marketing messages to connect with them and speak their language, basically.
So the only reason you would give that example, Josh, is I can even sense it a little bit. You've done this with Post Planner before, haven't you?
Sure.
Tell us a story of when you did that, when you used an idea you got via a comment to actually craft your product strategy or your naming conventions.
Well, I don't know if I can think of a specific story, but things like your slogan on your homepage, the kind of messaging you do on your sales page. If you use the vocabulary, if you talk about your product or service with the same words that your customers are talking about them, then you're going to connect with them. The communication is going to be more frictionless, right? A lot of businesses, talk about their products and they never hear how their customers talk about them, so they're almost speaking different languages. So this is a good way to figure out how your customers are actually talking about the things you sell.
Well, and again, if you get that alignment right, ideally, Josh, they buy more of your product.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. So guys, again, I want to make sure you're capturing all these ideas. The first was use true or false statements. The second was ask questions. The third was use motivational quotes. The fourth was fill in the blank. The fifth was crowdsourcing. And I'll move forward to the next slide now, okay, which is a little bit controversial. And Josh, I'm going to want your opinion here. And that is asking using a direct call to action, whether it's asking for the like or asking for the comment. In this particular example, we said, click like if you think there should be a day in between Saturday and Sunday. We sure do. Now, Josh, when I spoke with you a little bit before the webinar, I referenced an article that you're obviously aware of that Facebook put out about decreasing reach on promotional kinds of posts. And your feedback to me was interesting. What's your take on this?
What we hear from Facebook, they are, going to decrease the reach of overtly promotional posts. No one really knows exactly what that means right now, but they've also in the past, before this announcement, they've recently announced that they're also going to decrease the reach of posts that ask for engagement, like click like or share this. But there are clever ways around that. For example, what we were talking about before, using an image instead of a text, right? It's very easy for Facebook to, scan posts for the words click like or share this, but it's much harder, if not impossible, for them to, police the images. So if you have an image that has a great quote or some kind of content on it and you have click like on there, it's gonna, fly under the radar. So that would be my advice there, and just follow along and see what's happening, right? Like apparently all this stuff is going into enforcement in January, So you're going to want to pay attention next month, and you can watch inside a post planner and see what posts are doing well on other pages, and you can just watch in your news feed and see what's showing up more and on your own pages. But images are a good way to kind of get around that.
And I love what Shannon Hartz just said on Twitter. She said, "Hey, you get 100% of what you don't ask for." So she said, "I agree. Ask for the like, or ask for what you want." So let's obviously, guys, stay tuned to the Post Planner blog. I'm sure they're going to be putting out reports about these changes and if they see any meaningful differences in organic reach because of them. But this is the 6th strategy we recommend: is ask for exactly what you want. Now, once you've got all this built out, you then want to put a content calendar together that incorporates all of these strategies. Now, Josh, what I'm sharing with your audience here on the screen is, by all means, a blanket, a general sample of where folks can get started. And guys, you're going to want to fine tune this based off data you're getting on the back end of Post Planner and what you're learning from your insights section on your Facebook page, which we'll get into in a second. So here's what your sample content calendar might look like for 2015. This is a great slide to take a screenshot of and reshare using hashtag HeyoNotes. So we've got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday here. We've got 9 a.m., noon, and 5 p.m. And the important thing I want to point out is it's completely okay to post multiple times a day. In fact, Josh, how many times are you guys posting each day, would you say?
We post about 8 to 9 times a day throughout the 24-hour period.
Great. So 8 to 9 times a day, because Post Planner has people using them from all around the world. They have an international audience. And once you decide how many times you're posting, guys, you want to vary the content. So you see here, you want to make sure you get some kind of image post. Again, maybe you're putting a quote on an image, or a yes or no question on an image, or a click like below on an image, or something like that. The second thing you want to build in, if you can, is some kind of video. That could be a quick one that you shot of yourself, but my belief is that as more people get better at posting photos on Facebook and other social networks, the content that's going to start to get more reach will be videos. Josh, have you done any research there on video reach on Facebook?
Yeah, I mean, videos are killing it, right? Especially since Facebook started doing the autoplay. So, I don't know the exact percentage now of how many people are accessing Facebook on mobile, but it's growing to be more and more every day. And everyone here can probably attest to the fact that a few months ago they started, scrolling on Facebook on their phone, and they noticed that almost every post was a video. And that's still pretty close to the reality today. So, videos are going to, everyone's talking about videos. Everywhere that I read, predictions for 2015, everyone is talking about videos because, on Instagram and on Facebook and apparently on Twitter too, videos are going to be, they're just the most visual content there is, and the most engaging content there is. Once a video starts playing, it's really hard to take your eyes off of it. So, I think you should have videos top of mind going forward into 2015. The good news is Post Planner is going to be launching a viral videos feature that's similar to our viral photos feature, where we can show you the most viral videos from any page, and then you can share those videos on your own page. So watch out for that coming in February.
Well, Josh, I don't know about you, but the viral video going through my feeds right now, there's this guy on stage in Tampa, Florida, who's like rapping out this social media song. I have no idea what his name is, but he crushed it.
Yeah, I heard of that guy before too. He's a madman.
If you guys missed it, that was Josh. He was speaking at Kim Garst's event. He put together this really cool jingle, and that video went all over the place, at least in our communities. So you want to mix your content here. The last kind of content you want to build in, which if you guys are familiar with Josh's analogy of bait and chum, if not, just search Post Planner for the fishing analogy blog post. You want to build in these clicks here. And Josh, why are building in status updates with links in them important?
Well, because that's your whole goal on Facebook, right? That's the only reason you're on Facebook, is to get people to go back to another place, which is your website. So, you're not on Facebook just to share a bunch of viral images and get a lot of engagement. You could do that, but you're not going to get a business result from that. You're not going to get any ROI. So the whole point of getting some of your posts to go viral and get a lot of clicks is so you can have your fans signal to Facebook that they want to see more of your content, and so then you can there in turn show them link posts going back to your website. And I can't stress this enough, especially with the new promotion, the new restrictions on promotional posts. The best way to get around that, and the most obvious way to get around that, is to be a blogger. Have a blog on your website and share posts back to your blog. Those are not promotional. They won't be viewed as promotional by Facebook. And it's a perfect way to get people back to your website so you can sell them on your products and services. If you going forward in 2015 are only posting links to your products, then you're going to have to pay Facebook. It's just, there's no way around it. You're going to have to pay Facebook to promote those posts and get reach. But if you go another way and you create blog posts and put those out on Facebook, you're not going to have to pay Facebook. You can use this chum and bait strategy by posting a lot of viral stuff, viral photos, viral videos, stuff that gets a lot of clicks and shares, and then in between those posts you publish link posts to your blog posts, right? And back to your website. And those two things working together will get you a ton of traffic to your website, and then it's up to you, once those people come to read your blog posts, to convert them, right? Put stuff in the sidebar, put call to actions up top, put a hello bar at the top, whatever you need to do to get their email address or get them, to be in the top of your funnel. That's what you do. But the way you get them to your website is with blog posts, and the way you get clicks on blog posts on Facebook is by posting viral content around those blog posts.
And again, guys, you want to make sure you have some business objective here. Otherwise, you're just wasting your time. So these links that you can click in the stats update is really, really critical. And then what you want to overlay on top of this is an overarching engagement strategy, like what you're about to see on the next slide. So I'm going to move forward to the next slide and let you guys take a look at this before I explain it. So what you guys will see here is while you're doing this micro content strategy stuff each day, what's really important is if you can try and pull your fans through a story. So we're seeing a lot of people post a contest on Facebook on Mondays, letting it go 6 or 7 days, and then announcing a winner on Friday. And what's happening is whether you're, again, Hillary or Lori Mayberry who's selling supplements, or Jamie Sutsky in the with Fit with Flair, you train your fans to come back every Monday and Friday based off a schedule that you've created. And we'll talk about some of these contest strategies in a second. The other good thing about these contest strategies is outside of building engagement on the status updates related to the contests, these contests will help you double your email list so you can get more traffic back to your website like Josh just articulated. More importantly, you'll want to keep watching if you want to learn how to take one fan and turn that exposure into 24 or even more people based off some viral functionality that are built into these contests. So let me summarize this first section. First, you might want to take a screenshot of this. This is a great little template to work through maybe tonight over coffee or this upcoming weekend. Print this off and maybe jot in some status update ideas for these different sections of your content calendar. And again, here's a summary of strategies that you can use. Feel free to screenshot this if you want. Here they are again. True or false statements, ask questions, motivational quotes, fill in the blank, crowdsourcing, asking for the action you want, and creating a content calendar. So these will work great on your Facebook pages. Now, let me just ask a quick question here. Let me see if I can find the proper poll. And actually, I'm going to update that poll, and I'll get back to it here in a second. But how many of you guys, how sophisticated would you guys consider yourselves when it comes to your Facebook page? And specifically, what I'm curious in asking is exactly how many Facebook likes do you guys have? So I just launched a poll. You'll have to forgive me. I misspelled that first one. Throw an N in there. But how many likes do you currently have on your Facebook page? Go ahead and answer that poll on your screen now. All right. Josh, this one's a little bit more tough. You have any guesses?
I would guess that they're going to be The second and third, 500 and more than 5,000. My guess is it's going to be a contest between those two.
Got it. All right, let's see here, guys. We got 66% of you have voted. I'll wait until 70% of you have voted. So if you're not looking at my screen, go ahead and look at it and answer the poll. All right, 69%, 70%, great. So you guys can see here, okay, 48% said less than 500, 33% said more than 500. And so Josh, you were right. More people have more than 500 than more than 5,000. So that's telling. So thanks for that. So guys, what I'll do is I'll hide these results now. You should see my slides again. I want to move forward into section 2. Now, these are the 3 secret variables that you need to understand in order to determine what time you should post on your Facebook pages. Now, Josh, when Post Planner is recommending content for folks, do you currently or do you have plans to help people think about when they should be scheduling or planning this content?
Yeah, we want to do that eventually. In the meantime, it's pretty easy to go into your page insights. Actually, I take that back. It's easy to go into the page insights and see when most of your fans are online. So there's a great shot that Nathan just showed you. But remember that this isn't the whole answer, right? So just because, what is that in the middle of noon? So just because at noon, for example, on this page, most of the people are online, most of your fans are online, that doesn't necessarily mean that that's the best time for you to post. It could be a good time for you to post, but it's probably also a time when there's a lot of competition in the news feed. So if those fans of yours are also fans of other pages, and probably other pages are seeing this exact same data, so then it becomes kind of a little game theory thing, where if everyone's posting at the same time, then there's going to be a lot more competition, and you might actually get less reach. So you got to think about that thing. It could be that actually the best time for you to post is there in that dip between 6 and 8 p.m. or in that dip between 5 a.m. and 8 a.m. Because there's going to be less. There's going to be fewer of your fans online, but there's also going to be less competition in the news feed. So it's not I think that's why it's such a hard thing for app developers like us to figure out, because there's so much data to take into account. And my best advice to get around this is just to post around the clock. On Post Planner's fan page, we post about every 3 hours, and sometimes every 2 hours. So that's the only way. That's the best way to get around this, is not just to gamble and think, okay, I'm going to post it just these 2 times per day and see what happens. Why not post, instead of 2 times per day, post 6, 7 times per day, and then you're going to cover all those times.
So guys, as Josh just articulated, these are all just data points that are going to inform your strategy, right? And it is game theory. A data point that was put out in a blog post by Facebook several months ago, and many people don't know this number, so write this down. In fact, this is definitely something you can retweet. Anytime that you put a stats update on Facebook, you're competing with over 1,500 pieces of content to actually get into the newsfeed of one of your fans. So Facebook, at any given moment, is deciding between your status update and 1,500 other kinds of updates to show in that fan's newsfeed. So that's what you're up against. It's not an easy thing to do, which is why you've got to use a tool like Post Planner to make sure you're coming up with compelling content to post and posting it at strategic times, whether that's when nobody else is posting so you get all the market share, or whether that's when you're going to post whenever all your fans are online, despite there being more content competition. So Josh, as you articulated, man, it's definitely a balancing act here.
Oh, for sure.
So guys, let's move forward. This is the first thing you want to understand, your time of activity. When you go into this, into your Facebook Insights, if you see a bump in like 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. or a time when traditionally other people have low points, that's a great brand. That means most of your fans are online when a lot of other brands are not posting, which means if you post, ideally, you've got a better shot at getting reach. So take advantage of those variances if you can find them in your kind of fans online graph on your Insights section.
And I would add to that, to when someone tells you, when a blog post comes out and says this is the best time of day to post, do not believe them. The data is absolutely worthless. If they go in there, and first of all, you don't know where the data comes from, but even if the data comes from the most comprehensive scan of all Facebook posts, still that data is not necessarily relevant to your own page. So when someone says, post on weekends do better than, post on Sundays do better than post on Thursdays, do not listen. That's garbage data. They don't know what's going to work on your page. You're the only one who knows what's going to work on your page, because you have a unique fan base who are on Facebook at unique times and have unique behavior. So, don't just think that you read a blog post and you heard that here's the perfect times to post, and then set your post to go out at those times and forget about it. Do not do that. That's a big mistake. Be very skeptical of any claims made about the best time to blanket claims made about the best times to post on Facebook.
So guys, let's make sure you're all with Josh and I still. Tell me in the GoToWebinar questions real quick. Type yes if you're following along and you understand how to get to your insights section on your Facebook page. Again, Hillary Morris, if you're able to joke with your kids there, I know you've got 3 little ones. Are you with us? Lori Mayberry, who sells supplements. Jamie, who's a small business owner herself. Is everybody with us? Just type yes in the GoToWebinar questions if you are with us. Okay, I see Hillary Morris said yep. Katie Adams said yes. I see Bob, Doug, Natasha, Joanna, Allie. A lot of people saying yes. Perfect. Okay, let's move forward then into the next piece of content that you want to understand. This is the second thing that can help you find clues about when and what you should be posting. This is under the post types section of your insights. So look where my mouse is. Okay, once you're on your insights and you click post types. Okay, and when you go in here, it'll break down the average reach for each kind of post and the average engagement. So this kind of down and dirty research we're doing right now is exactly what Post Planner has kind of automated for you. So you can immediately basically spy on your competitors and figure out what's working for them. Videos, links, status, photos, etc. Josh, what would you add to that?
Yeah, I mean that's definitely it. You got to watch what else is doing good on Facebook and then replicate that. You can be original sometimes, but you got to remember that I was just thinking about this morning. I found some pretty awesome images on a web page somewhere, and I was thinking about sharing them. And it's just the exact thought that went through my head is that, look, I can share these and take a shot in the dark and see if they work or not, because I really don't. They may resonate with me, but they may fall completely flat with my audience. So my choice is basically I can risk it and just try these out, which we do sometimes, which I encourage everyone to do, to try just new things out and see if they work. But I have my choice is to do that or to post stuff that's already been proven. And I default to the proven because it always works. So that's my advice is basically to be creative, put some new stuff out there, test some stuff, but don't have that be all of your post load, right? Include a lot of stuff that's already been proven, and you're going to get a lot more reach.
So guys, building off of that, again, these are additional clues you can build about your audience and what they engage with. So if you really want someone to click a link, maybe pair it with a video, which gets a lot of average engagement. Again, your own page when you go into it is going to have its unique results, which is why we won't make a blanket statement about what you should do. Here are some other things and other ways you can get clues about your audience. Under Insights, you can click People and People Engaged, and you'll see where people are engaging with your page from, what age demographics, and things of that nature. I'll let you take a screenshot of this page or of this slide real quick in case you want to copy. So moving forward, once you've got your persona built, right, and you understand that they like photography, her name is Jane, she likes photography, this is Hillary Morris's ideal user persona, right? Hillary Morris's she's a fashionista, she likes photos here, she's online usually before the kids go to the bus stop between 7 a.m. and 7:30 a.m. in the morning. You know that she has these kinds of interests. She likes working at coffee shops. She loves taking handwritten notes versus using Evernote, right, because of the pages that she likes on Facebook. Oh, and by the way, that you can target her from these 4 or 5 other different things that you've identified about her by doing your research, using Post Planner and your Facebook Insights. So once you've got your user persona built out like this, you then want to go in and find the post volume sweet spot. Okay, so when are users active? but when is volume of other people's posts really low, right? Josh, you'd agree that's kind of that's the ideal time to post, right?
That's definitely the sweet spot.
That's the sweet spot. So write that down, guys, in your notes. The sweet spot is when the most of your users are active and when posting volume is the lowest. So let's move forward into the third section of content. That's the quickest way to use this content calendar to double your email list. Now, out of curiosity, well, and I'm not going to ask this via a poll question, so just tell me in the GoToWebinar questions, how many of you guys have an email list? And if so, what email marketing provider do you use? Go ahead and tell me in the GoToWebinar questions. Okay, Lori said not yet. Jamie said uses My Emma. Bob said MailChimp. I see Aweber, Constant Contact. Ernie De Los Santos said iContact. Lori Hedgehorn said I'm still trying to choose. Josh, what email marketing platform do you guys use at Post Planner?
We use MailChimp. We use MailChimp and another app called Intercom.
Great.
So both of them.
So MailChimp, guys, is a great option. So is Aweber, along with Constant Contact. It's your choice. Okay, so we'll jump back forward. So if you want to figure out the quickest way to double your email list and get a real business advantage after you've got your content strategy in place, here's some examples that I want you to check out regarding running a Facebook campaign built into your content calendar. Take a look at INKWELL Press and what they did here. I'll let you absorb this for about 10 seconds before I explain it. So you can see what they've got down there. On the right side is a blown up version of this campaign. And on the left side, this is their Facebook page. They've got their logo, and this is the app they've got on that Facebook page. So look at the results they got. 3,700 free impressions. I'll show you how they got those for free with no ads. They captured 1,800 email leads for a 48% conversion rate. I mean, this was really remarkable. They featured their logo in the upper left of the campaign. They were giving away this little planner, a little booklet, a planner, and they featured that in a big image right here on the right. And they asked people to enter their email, click like, share, and tweet for a chance to win. Now, this was right on their Facebook page. And once they posted this as an app, they then launched a status update on Monday announcing the contest and announced the winner on Friday to start creating that pattern for fans and customers to continue re-engaging in that page every single week. Here's another example that I want you guys to check out. This example is really aligned with a lot of the brands that you guys said and the industries that you said you were in earlier. Take a look at this GOORIN Brothers example. So again, 10,664 impressions. Read how many emails they captured across the top of the screen in the teal. Guys, that's a 78% conversion rate. Again, they were just using their Facebook page and their content calendar to generate these opt-ins. There was no paid marketing spend here. Look at the status update they built in on that Monday to announce the campaign, right? They said, here's our sweepstakes. It starts this date, it ends this date. 5 runner-ups will be chosen. Click here to enter. And they included a nice big image following Josh's strategy of putting some text on the image as well. Feel free to take a screenshot of this if you want to copy this same strategy for yourself. I see Ramon Williamson and Hillary Morris. You guys are jumping in here on Twitter. Hillary just said, Nathan, you know me so well. I do all my work at coffee shop, and I'm online in the morning. Hillary, we're totally on the same page here. Okay, so this is another example of, again, how the GOORIN brothers doubled their email list using their content calendar. The last person I want you to meet is Paul Abdo. There's his, go ahead, wave at him. There's his headshot in the upper right. Okay, he speaks with a thick Boston accent. He's up in Massachusetts with our good friend, Sue Zimmerman. He runs a brick and mortar location like I know some of you guys do, or you consult with brick and mortars. And look at the results that he got here. $1,200 impressions, 700 emails for a 60% conversion rate. Now, you might be wondering, Nathan, I definitely want to build this in, especially I want to build this in right now in the holiday season. How can I do this? Well, you might be wondering, how did these campaigns get all these impressions with no ad spend? Well, here's what they've done. Do you guys see here? Look closely on my screen, right down there. Do you see where my mouse is right now? Where they ask the person to enter, and then they don't require it, but they ask them to click like, share, and tweet. Well, if you can get one person to share and tweet, that one person shares it with 500 friends, maybe 5 of the 500 friends click back into the campaign, you create a snowball effect. Here's what that looks like. Let's say Paul, there he is, you know, his fake tan and all, right? Let's say Paul was the first person to enter the GOORIN Brothers campaign. Well, Paul then tweets and shares the campaign to his 1,000 followers. Let's say 5 of those followers decide to click the link that Paul shared, and those people now go into the campaign and click share and tweet, maybe to their 10,000 total followers, so about 2,000 each. Well, let's say that then just 24 of their followers click back into the campaign. You guys now see how you just got incredible campaign reach with no ad spend by strategically building your campaign to turn your fans into marketers. Guys, tell me in the GoToWebinar questions, anyone just have an aha moment? If something just hit you and you got a brilliant idea, type aha in the GoToWebinar questions. All right, so Lori Hadchorn said, oh, totally, aha. Katie Roller, Tiffany Quinone said yes. Chris Barnett, Erica, Mary Corrado did great. Terry Walker, good. And I see some of you guys are asking, how exactly did they do this? Well, what I'd like to do is use one of you guys actually as a live example, and I'll walk you through exactly how you can do this. So tell me real quick, guys, in the GoToWebinar questions, link me to your website so I can pick one of you guys as a live example. Again, tell me in the GoToWebinar questions, just link me to your website so I can pick one of you guys to use as a live example. I'll give you guys a second to do that. Okay, so I see folks, someone typed in setthebar.com. Now, who was that? Okay, perfect. That was Kim Barr, and that's again setthebar.com, creative branding. So you guys can see Kim's page here on my screen with her logo up here in the upper left. I'm going to open one or two others. So Adrienne Tamblyn is with VELOTOZE.com. Velozzi, I believe, is how that's pronounced. Looks like shoe. Oh, the shoe cover. Oh, that's genius. Cool. Well, Adrienne, if it's okay with you, I'm going to use you as a live example. Josh, do you by chance know Adrienne?
I'm not sure I do.
Ringing a bell? Okay. Let me see if I can unmute Adrienne. Adrienne, I've got you unmuted. Can you hear me? Oh, okay. So Adrienne said he doesn't have his microphone connected. That is okay. Well, guys, I'm going to use Adrienne as an example to show you how you can do this. So tune into my screen. Are you guys ready? All right, here we go. First thing you want to do is Adrienne's going to log on to Heyo. Now, Heyo is obviously our software. It's how I can make the recommendations to you guys. It's because we've launched, again, about 250,000 of these things. So here's how Adrienne would launch his campaign. He'd log into Facebook first. Once he's logged into Facebook, he'll go to heyo.com and log in. And I just want you guys to watch my screen right now. I'm going to add his business right here in my screen. And remember, a bunch of you guys at the beginning of the webinar, 26% of you said you're consultants. This is where you would add any businesses that you manage or you work for. You could add them as a business here. So I'll type in VELO, Veloz, save the business, and then follow me here, okay? Don't lose me. I'm going to click Run a Social Contest, and I'm going to click Sweepstakes. Now, see over here on the right side, we've got photo contests, video contests, giveaways, refer a friend, etc. We'll use Sweepstakes for now. I'm going to open this up, and then I'm going to click Save and Start Editing. Now, the first thing I want to do is change the logo in the upper left to match the Velotes brand. So I'm going to right-click, copy image URL, and paste. Now, I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to let you guys watch what I do here. So their logo is in there. I need to change the background color to be black. Perfect. Next, I want this to run for exactly 7 days or 6 days. Again, we're going to launch it on a Monday and end it on a Friday. Perfect. Next is I want to figure out what to give away. So for Velotes, it might be excess inventory. So when I go to their shoe page, let's say for whatever reason, they've got a bunch of excess red shoe covers. Well, that's great. We'll use this, okay, as the giveaway for this campaign. So I'll copy it, then click right here and upload that image from the desktop. So if you're watching right now wondering, Nathan, I'm in a weird industry, what do I give away? Keep watching. I'll give you some options at the end of the webinar. So there's the prize. Next, Josh, you articulated that you use MailChimp, right?
Yep.
So guys, what you'll see right where my mouse is right now, this is where you connect the email opt-in with whatever email marketing provider you use. So I'll click this, I'll select MailChimp or Aweber, whatever I use, I'll click connect, okay, and then I'll just simply select the list that I want that email lead to get dumped into. The great thing about this is, let's say you want to add in like you want to capture their first name as well. You can type in right here, first name, and notice it's going to add these fields over here on the left side. So you can add any fields you want and then reorder them. So maybe we do first name. Maybe we also want to do a checkbox, right, to confirm that they are actually opting into our list. I want to opt in for more deals. Okay, that way you stay in line with any canned spam laws or the new stuff passed in Canada. You can also direct them to a default thank you URL page if you want, and we'll click Save Changes. So again, those leads will go right into your Constant Contact, MailChimp, or your email marketing account. Once you've got that set up, you then want to go in here and update the like, share, and tweet. So the first thing you want to do is, again, obviously, put in your Facebook fan page URL, which I'm going to pull right here. So that way, when people click this like button, they are actually liking your page. This is a great strategy to use, especially considering that like gates don't exist anymore. Next, when people click share and tweet, the fans, we want them to bring in their friends. So this is where you control that text. I'll say, I just entered to win a free rubberized shoe cover. Click here to enter. Right? That way his fans or their friends will go in and enter as well. Next, I'll change this text and say, follow the steps on the left for your chance to win a free Velotes, Velotes shoe cover. We'll center it. We'll make it a bit bigger. Okay, and you can, of course, change the color or anything else you want to change about the text. And I'll click Save Changes. So what I want to do now, guys, is click Save and Preview. And what you're going to see here is we've got a gorgeous campaign built, and that took us about 69 seconds there. Here's the cool thing about this. Josh, you have some data, I believe, on the mobile usage of Facebook. Do you have it off the top of your head, how many people you are using mobile monthly?
Man, I don't have any exact data right now, but I think it's above 50%, isn't it?
Yeah, you hit it. You hit the nail on the head. Guys, it's about 52% of people are only using Facebook via their mobile device. So you want to make sure you're mobile optimized. And the way that you get mobile optimized is by clicking this button that I'm about to click. And Josh, I've heard so many horror stories. In fact, it's from people like Hillary and Ramon and Katie Roller who are on Twitter. who they've paid $2,000-$3,000 to some developer on Odesk or freelance to build a mobile campaign. This one button will save you a bunch of money. Here it is. I'll click it in 3, 2, 1. And look at this, guys. You've got a great mobile optimized version of the
Nice.
campaign. Pretty slick, Josh, huh?
Looks good.
Yeah, it looks really good here. All right, so it looks really good. So what happens is when you then publish this, guys, you'll get a smart URL. And you'll use this smart URL to then build it into your content calendar, just like GOORIN Brothers did. So they took that smart URL and they put it right here in their content calendar on Monday. They said, hey, we just launched the campaign, click here to enter. And when people click that smart URL from desktop, they'll go to your desktop version. When they click it from mobile, they'll go to your mobile version. So this URL is like a URL with a brain. It's really, really smart. That way you don't have to do extra work. So guys, along with what you just saw, okay, which was exactly how to launch those kinds of sweepstakes, what's also important for you to understand is that you can leverage other engagement strategies on Facebook. And what I mean by that is you could launch refer a friend giveaways. Okay, you could launch, I'm going to bring this up here. You could launch video contests. In fact, I'll show you one right here that Downey recently launched that you can see. They launched this photo contest. They asked moms to enter a picture of their kid dressed up in some crazy costume. And then the moms had to get votes on those images to then drive them to the top of the leaderboard to win the prize. So there's all kinds of great ideas here to build directly into your content calendar to make sure you're getting the engagement that you want. All right, great. So guys, what I want to articulate is I don't want to put any blanket, again, as Josh said, any blanket statement on what kinds of people will have success with this. For you to start momentum on your campaign, to have success, you need to have at least 500 likes on your Facebook page. So I know that a bunch of you guys, when I asked, about 48% of you have less than 500 likes. Launching a campaign like this is not a good fit for you right now. Instead, use Post Planner to keep building your content and engagement until you have 500 likes, and then insert campaign strategies into your content calendar. This is also a great fit for you if you want to build your email list. It's a good fit for you if you're already getting a couple, 1 or 2 likes, comments, or shares on your status updates. And it's also a great fit if you have an email list of at least 100 subscribers. You need at least one of these bullet points on my screen in order to have success with Heyo, okay? Especially the first one and the last one. So what you've learned so far before we move forward into additional content is I showed you the 6 status update ideas that you can copy that you'll get likes, shares, and comments from. I showed you the 3 variables that you need to understand to decide what time, when, and where to post. And lastly, I used Velotes as an example to show you the quick way to use content to double your email list on Facebook. Coming up, we've got live Q&A. We'll pick a winner to the Heyo Notes campaign, and I'll show you our highest converting campaign ever. But first, I've got a question for you guys. So jump on over, follow this link, and join me in this chat room I've got set up. I'm going to go there now. Again, it's heyo.com/chat. Go ahead and join me in that room now. All right, great. So I see Jamie just joined. And Jamie, again, Jamie is selling. Oh, what was Jamie selling? We didn't get a chance to talk. I unmuted her, but oh, she was with Fit with Flair. So good. Jamie joined in the chat room. I see Bob just joined with bagtropolis.com. Fabiola joined, Casey, Danny, Tiffany. I see Hillary Morris just joined. Hillary, I'm glad you're juggling those kiddos okay. Kim Cruz, Roberto, Josh, I see you got in there okay, which is great. I'll let the rest of you guys join. We've got about 107 of you guys watching right now. So I want you to join me in this chat room so I can ask you a question. Heyo. Again, join me in the chat room there. Okay, so guys, here's the question I've got for you. Here's the question I've got. Yes or no? Were there at least 2 things that you've learned so far on this webinar that you feel like you can use immediately? Tell me in the chat room. And if you learn more than 2, throw in some capital letters and exclamation points. What do you guys think? All right, Danny Martin said yes with capital letters. Ramon said yes. Jamie learned about contest duration, which is a great point. Katie loved your point, Josh, about the links back directly to the site using engaging posts. Natasha loved it. Good, 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 good. Well, guys, here's the second question I have for you. You know, Josh told you a little bit about the fact that he flew out, joined me in, not flew out, he's in San Francisco, but he took his whole day, joined me in San Francisco to teach 14,000 small business owners social marketing. So I totally owe Josh, and to pay him back, I thought the best way to do that would be to give something to his community free or discounted. So I've put together a special bundle of how you can use these content strategies and use the Heyo software to launch these Facebook contests to double your list. But I don't want to talk about pricing unless you guys are interested. So in the chat room, if you're interested in pricing, go ahead and type BUY right now. And Josh, if we get, 5, 10, maybe 15 people interested, I'll go into this pricing I've put together. And Josh, there's actually something I put in here that's going to surprise you related to something your fans will get tied back to the Creative Live course we worked on together. You'll have to wait to see that, though. I didn't tell you about it. All right. Josh, my chat room's not expanding for some reason. What are folks saying?
I just see hundreds of the word buy just down the page.
Okay, so definitely more than 5?
Yeah, definitely more than 5.
Okay, sweet. All right, guys, so here we go. Here is what we have done. I'm going to move forward to the next slide. So here's what's included in every Heyo package. Focus back on my screen here. Leave the chat room open, but focus back on my screen. Okay. So here's what's included in every Heyo package. You get to launch a campaign every week, again, just like we articulated in the content strategy. You'll get access to photo and video contests, along with giveaway and sweepstakes contests. That way, you'll be able to do every single thing you saw me do on the webinar. Additionally, you'll get access to our lead generation templates, which will help you build your MailChimp or Aweber or Constant Contact lists, or whatever your list you're looking to build. We'll do that by giving you direct email service provider integration, so you don't have to worry about code or hiring a developer to connect APIs. Additionally, we'll also include the one-click mobile version of your campaign, so all of you guys watching right now can capture those mobile leads. Hillary, that'll save you more time so you can spend it with your 3 kids. Additionally, number 7, you can stop paying your freelance developers and designers and just use Heyo to drag it together yourself. Next, we spend a lot of money keeping up with Facebook's terms of service. In fact, our last legal bill was about $5,000, and we pay that almost every single month to make sure we're up to date. So you can rest assured everything you do on Heyo is in line with Facebook's terms of service. That way, you can sleep at night without worrying. And lastly, you'll get super responsive customer support. And Josh, I think you met some folks from our customer support team in San Francisco, right?
Yeah, you got a great team out there, Nathan. There's no doubt.
Appreciate that, man. So guys, this is what's included in every Heyo package. In fact, you could go to our website and get this right now, no problem. But here's what I'm doing specifically, Josh, for your audience. And again, this is because you took the time. Here's a screenshot of you and me and Kim at Creative Live. You took the time to come on and teach. You crushed it. So here's how I want to pay you back. And your fans are going to get all these benefits. Here we go. So first is we'll feature anyone that chooses to purchase Josh from your community on our blog. We've got about 60,000 people on our blog list, which we'll market each blog post to, a value of about $97 for that additional exposure. The second bonus you'll get is a one-on-one strategy call with either myself or Jay to ensure that you guys are successful. We pride ourselves on customer care and ensuring that you're successful. as you just heard Josh articulate. Third is if you're sitting here wondering what you want to give away before the holidays in your contest, or what to give away as you plan your 2015 content strategy, you need this ebook. The ebook will walk you through 11 campaign ideas of things you can give away no matter what industry you're in. The fifth bonus, or the fourth bonus you'll get, is access to our invite-only mastermind group. It's a private Facebook group. I curate it personally, and I only let the folks in there that are doing the largest, most aggressive Facebook marketing tests. They then share data with each other. That way you stay ahead of everybody else and you know what works. You get access directly to these folks' brains. Number 5 is you'll get a replay of today's webinar. That way you can go back and watch it at your own pace. Included in that replay, guys, is we'll send you a PDF slide deck. So you can go back through and go through these slides as you want. We'll put that in an ebook for you. The sixth thing that you'll get, okay, is a free ebook that is the secret to stunning visual content. It's 8 or 9 pages long. We break down the mathematics of finding a high converting piece of visual content, and I highly recommend this as you plan your content strategy. You'll see many of these secrets reflected in what Post Planner recommends in their highest converting photos toolkit. And lastly, Josh, I'm really excited about this, man. Do you remember the price of what people had to pay if they wanted to watch you and I teach on Creative Live?
It was a little pricey, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was $99. And in fact, right now, the only way for you guys to get that is to go pay Creative Live $99. Josh, I have actually got that video, the segment that Josh and I taught together. And guys, I'm going to be able to give that to you guys for free if you decide to purchase. So Josh, they won't have to pay Creative Live $99. I'll send that to them right via email.
That's awesome, because that covers so much of what we talked about today and a lot more depth.
Well, you crushed this segment. I mean, guys, Josh walked through exactly the science behind why this worked. There were 14,000 people watching. They had to pay. If you purchase on the webinar, you'll get this free without having to pay. So again, these are all the bonuses, and the price, guys, is just $300 one time for the year. The bonuses alone, you'd have to pay $480 for. We're going to put those in for free. They're listed on the right side of my screen. And on the left side, you see what you're going to get as part of Heyo. That will allow you to build all these campaigns just like you saw me do on this webinar. And you can get this right now by going to heyo.com/post planner deal. Now, before we get into Q&A and before I show you our highest converting campaign ever, I want to talk to a few of you guys. So Josh, obviously, I'm so appreciative you had me on. So you first, you're a picky guy. You only recommend the best. Would you recommend people take advantage of this offer? And if so, why?
Oh, for sure. It's huge. You get so much value just from the bonuses. And just think about it. All you guys out there who have small businesses, this is the exact time of year to spend that $300 because you want to, lower your tax burden, right? So take that $300, take it off your taxes, spend it, and you're going to have access to this app for the rest of the next 12 months. You won't have to worry about paying for another app like this. You can you have full access for a full year. So this is kind of a no-brainer, especially if you want to lower your taxes.
I was going to say, Josh, that's genius. I didn't think about the tax advantages here as well. I should list that here as another bonus. Avoid the tax man.
Yeah, man, that's what I'm doing. I'm a small business myself, and I'm trying to figure out, how I can get rid of all my profits for this year.
You can send them our way if you want. All right, let's talk to a few folks. Hillary Morris, it looks like she made it even with 3 kids. Hillary, is your mic connected?
Hi, can you hear me?
I can hear you a little bit. It sounds like you're in the background, maybe holding one of those kiddos. What did you think about the content on the webinar today?
Oh, it was great. Like I said before, it confirmed a lot of what I'm already doing and some things that I have read and whatnot, and and I definitely.
Oh, Hillary? Whoop. we'll have to tune back in. We'll have to tune back in with Hillary there. We also spoke with Jamie at the top of the webinar. So let me go to Jamie while we try and figure out Hillary. Jamie, your business is Fit with Flair. We talked to you at the beginning. What did you think about the content today?
I thought the content was pretty awesome. Yeah.
Yes, I love that. Yeah, it's always.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's always incredible to see how many different ways you can use the different platforms, and I feel like this is a light bulb for sure.
Well, and we saw a lot of people saying in the comments on the chat room that their light bulbs, Jamie, were just firing. They got a bunch of ideas. So, the ideal for me is whether, Jamie, you decide to purchase or not, you took away some ideas from this that you feel like you can use and get value from.
Absolutely.
Great. Well, welcome. And I see a bunch of people are deciding to go to heyo.com/post planner deal. They've signed up. I see Mindy along with a bunch of others. Let me unmute Mindy. Mindy, I have you unmuted. Is your microphone connected by chance? Mindy Broadsky, can you hear me? Josh, can you hear Mindy?
Not really.
Yeah, it's like really light, Mindy. Maybe try reconnecting your mic and lean in a little bit. But hey, welcome to Heyo. I saw you just signed up. I see Rebecca Tuslin, Joel Bebo, Beth Crowell, Will Burgess. Great guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you have questions, guys, I want to re-articulate. We're going to get to those in a second. But in the meantime, if you're listening right now and you're wondering, is this the right fit for me? Is this something I can do? I want to re-articulate. You should not purchase this unless you have at least 500 Facebook likes, okay? If you have less than that, use Post Planner to build your engagement more first and then come back, okay? So heyo.com/post planner deal is where you want to go to grab this, the $480 in bonus, plus access for a year so you can launch these campaigns each week and double your email list. Now, built on top of this, Josh, I think what you see on my screen right now is really important. We built in a 100% 30-day risk-free guarantee. What that means, guys, is if you sign up for this, we're going to email you the bonuses instantly. So you get to keep the bonuses no matter what, which, again, Josh, that's $99 you have to pay Creative Live for that segment anyway, so it makes sense to grab those. And let's say 25 days from now after Christmas, let's say you burn your Christmas turkey and your 2015 gets off to a bad start and you're in a bad mood, just call us and we'll refund the $300. There's literally no questions asked, and you get to keep all those bonuses. That's for whatever reason. Maybe the campaign didn't perform how you wanted. Maybe you didn't have the time to use it. Maybe you're just in a bad mood. Whatever the reason is, we're going to refund it because we want you to be happy. And I've got my personal signature on that in the bottom left and my phone number, so you guys can call. We'll get it refunded, no problem. I don't expect that to happen, though, and that's because what you see on my screen right now is a screenshot from my Gmail inbox. Okay, these are a bunch of people we are working with right now who are converting, all of them above 30%, one of them up at 71%. That's because this kind of content calendar with a contest built in, guys, it really works. And right now before the holidays is the time to do it. So again, you want to go to heyo.com/post planner deal to grab this right now. $480 in bonuses plus access to Heyo, so you can do everything I did on this webinar. Again, Mindy, welcome to Heyo. I see Mangus just signed up. Deborah Baska as well. Josh, I'm going to see if I can find a few of these folks here. There's Deborah. Deborah Baska, I have you unmuted. Is your microphone connected? Deborah, can you hear me?
I think so.
We can hear you great. How are you?
Yes. I'm awesome.
Good, and it looks like there's a little bit of a delay, but that's okay. Deborah, what'd you think about the content? And I see you just purchased. Why'd you do it?
I have been thinking about doing a content calendar, and the way you showed how to do the contest. I mean, for me to try to figure that out by myself, it would take hours of my time, and my time is worth much, much more than what you're charging for that service.
Amen, right?
Amen.
Amen. Well, and Deborah's got a delay, so that's why her response is a little slow there. But Deborah, I do want to welcome you to Heyo. You know, I spoke to a lot of people at the beginning of this, even before we went live. They had spent literally thousands of dollars trying to hire a developer and a designer to do this kind of stuff. But the fact of the matter is, you get your content cranking with Post Planner, you get up to 500 likes, you keep using Post Planner to grow, but once you hit 500 likes, build in these contest strategies so you can double your email list. And Deborah, it's way more efficient to do that when you just have to pay $300 one time than it is to pay a developer and a designer $3,400 or $3,500. Plus, again, you guys get all these great bonuses. Again, that video with Josh, I'll tell you what, guys, it is amazing. In fact, Josh, I wonder if I can show a sneak preview of that. Let me go in and see if I can pull it up. While I'm pulling this up, guys, again, the link you want to go to is heyo.com/post planner deal. heyo.com/post planner deal is the link. I'm going to go refresh this back end real quick. Yeah, so Deborah, I wanted to welcome you again. I see Terry Walker is also there. Josh, I hope this is okay with you. What I'm going to do, I wasn't expecting this many folks to decide to purchase. These bonuses do take a bunch of our time, especially writing that blog post. So if it's okay with you, can we restrict this to maybe, can we do it for 3 more people?
Sure.
Is that cool? Okay.
You better hurry up.
Okay, sweet. Well, what I'll do, guys, is I'll update the counter on my screen. So we'll do this for 3 more of you. Again, this is a no-brainer. You see in the bottom left, it's 100% money back guarantee. My signature's on it, my phone number's on it. If you have questions right now, you can call Chris and Lauren. They're at the phone waiting for your call. We'll do this for 3 more people. Then the bonuses disappear. That's heyo.com/post planner deal. Let me see now if I can show you guys, and you guys are going to love this, a sneak peek here of Josh's segment that you guys are going to get for free without having to pay. You'll notice the reason I'm logging on here is, again, because you have to have a paid account in order to see any of this. And the problem is I do not remember my password. So let me reset it. And let me go, while we're doing this, and check in with Lori Mayberry. Again, I'll leave this up on the screen and go find Lori. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Okay, actually, let me do Terry Walker. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S. There she is. Hey, Terry, I have you unmuted. Is your microphone connected?
I don't know. Can you hear me?
We can hear you great. How are you?
I'm great.
Good. Well, hey, why? I saw that you just purchased, which is great. Tell me real quick, what did you think about the content, and why did you decide to purchase?
Well, I like, I'm kind of a neat freak, so I like how neat it is and how it just seems so simple. And like Deborah, I just feel like it's going to save me so much time, with creating campaigns, and just being able to do it in such a good way.
Oh, and walk me through. Have you tried this before? Have you tried to work with a developer or a freelancer to get this done?
No. I mean, I wouldn't even. I mean, that would be so expensive, and this is not. I mean, $300. I mean, seriously, that's a great deal. And I've been using Post Planner for like 6 months now, and I'm a true lover of it. So that's why I'm on here.
All right.
Some Post Planner love, baby.
Yeah, my engagement has went up. I mean, tenfold with Post Planner. I'm a
That's what I
lover.
like to hear.
What's your page, Terry?
Terry Walker Fitness.
Great, that's awesome. I'm going to see if I can actually get there right now. Give me a second.
Maybe I can.
Or why don't you tweet it to me using hashtag HeyoNotes?
Actually, I'm putting it in the comments section on Heyo Chat.
Oh, perfect. Oh, and Josh, I have a preview of your segment. Okay, here it is. So again, remember I told you guys in order to get this, you had to pay
$99 to get this video of Josh. I'm going to show you a sneak peek of it right here, just so you can get a sense of the production quality. It's amazing.
Chris just overviewed what we've spoken about so far. What I want to focus on now is once we've got our page built and once we have some likes, you know, I met this guy. I'm going to have on create engagement, but the best content I would like to do now is ask for your help in introducing Josh Parkinson to the stage, who... I'm actually gonna do this so we don't do the whole mic bump thing. But it's good to have you. So Josh is the CEO, and
so you guys can see this was filmed in a $3 million studio. Throughout this entire video, it's 30 minutes long. Josh gets in and he breaks down with a live studio audience exactly all the strategies that you need to have success, okay, using this content strategy. So this one bonus alone, Josh, I think you'd say it makes it totally worth it.
Oh yeah.
Good, cool. And we weren't, Terry, are you still there?
Yeah.
Were you able to send me your link to your campaign? I mean, your fan page?
I sent it. Chat. The Heyo chat.
I like your strategy there, Terry. Looks like you're posting a lot of nice images and then putting some blog posts in between. Good stuff.
Yes, I've been trying what you said, so yep.
Looks great.
And Terry, for whatever reason, I am just not seeing where you posted this. Do you want to just read me the link? I'm on Facebook.
Go to I know Nathan has it. It's try to go to Terry Walker.
I Skyped it to you.
Oh, you Skyped it to me? Oh, okay, perfect. Facebook.com/TERI Walker Fitness. Perfect. Oh, great, Terry. Yeah. Very cool. Yeah, I can see the post planner inspired things. These look fantastic.
Yeah, they work good. I mean, it's been amazing for me.
Yeah, this is great. Hey, job well done here, Terry. So what's your next step when this webinar ends? What's the first thing that you're going to do?
Well, I'm going to get a campaign together. I haven't been doing much of giveaways, so I mean, I want to get more into that.
Hey, Terry, sorry, I did not mean to interrupt you. I just refreshed our back end and a bunch of extra folks checked out. So Joanna Ali, Patricia O'Neill, along with some others. We have one of these left, guys. Heyo.com/post planner deal. We have one left. And Terry, my apologies for interrupting. Sorry, what's the first thing that you want to do?
I'm going to put together a campaign. I have not been doing much giveaways, so I want to do that first thing.
And I think you're going to be hugely successful, especially because people are thinking right now about fitness. They're going, I'm going to be with my family. People always bring chocolate on Christmas Eve, and I don't want to eat all that stuff. Like, how can Terry keep me in shape?
Absolutely.
Awesome. Well, Terry, welcome to Heyo, and I'm thrilled to hear that you're having a lot of success with Post Planner.
Thank you so much.
Cool. Let me just talk to a few more folks, guys, before I move into live Q&A. Or actually, what I'll do, Josh, if it's okay with you, I'll just go to Q&A right now. Are you seeing any questions come through anywhere that are a theme that you think I should knock out?
I'm not seeing any questions. Maybe I'm not looking in the right place.
Okay, let me see here. Ramon Williamson said, I really want to sign up, but I'm having troubles doing it on mobile. Heading to the office right now to sign up. Ramon, great. Yep, take your time there. We've got one of those things left. You should have time. Mindy said, I'm stoked to be part of the community. Mindy, welcome. That's great. Okay, let's see. Chris Barnett says, so I'm going to get 500 likes. Does that mean I won't be able to get this promo then? Yeah, Chris, unfortunately, this is just for folks here on the webinar. And, you know, Josh and I, you know, once every quarter or so, we find different ways to work together. So we'll figure out another way to work together. But the first thing you should do is use Post Planner, Chris, to drive up your engagement and get your first 500 likes. Okay. Let's see here. So Mindy, let me see. Lori Hedgehorn said, I didn't get to see the content calendar. Will I be able to see the replay of this webinar? Yep, Lori, again, one of these bonuses, if folks decide to purchase, the first thing in that bonus package is going to be a slide deck plus a video replay. Christy Loper asked a great question. Christy says, I really want to do this, but Nathan, if I'm a consultant watching, can I use this, just pay $300 the one time, can I use it on multiple Facebook pages. Christy, are you ready for this? The answer is yes. Absolutely. You don't have to pay $300 for every page or every campaign. It's $300 one time for the year. You can use it on as many pages as you like, launch those campaigns, and don't have to worry about paying anymore. Great question. Okay, what else? I'm going to go in the chat room right now. I'm going to check in real quick with Hillary and some other folks on Twitter. Shannon says, I want this shirt. I look good in orange. Love that, Shannon. All right, let me see. I don't see any on Twitter. Casey said in the chat room, this webinar was awesome. Not quite at 500. Great. So yeah, so Casey, you want to focus on using Post Planner right now. Okay. Josh, there's a question for you in the chat room from Lori Gerard you might want to take a look at.
Yeah, I saw that and responded.
Oh, you did? Oh, perfect. Oh, sorry, I just missed your response.
I can expand on that, though. It looks like Lori did try posting a few viral photos and she didn't get the response that she wanted. You know, you got to try a variety of stuff if you really, want to make it work. Just going in there and choosing the first, photos you find in viral photos and then trying them, and if they don't work, just giving up. That's not going to work. You got to put some more. What I suggest is put some more pages in your sector into Post Planner. For example, if you're into fitness, you can create a folder, name it Fitness Pages, and put as many Facebook pages that have to do with fitness into that folder as possible. And then every day you can go in there and check and see what's working on those pages, and then you can either publish those photos or replicate them. So it's not a one-off thing. You're not just going to go in there and find a viral photo that has like a quote or something like that, and then it's just guaranteed to get a ton of engagement, right? You got to try a lot of different stuff. And the more customization you put into it, the more Facebook pages you go out there and you find that have to do with your product or your service or your sector, you're gonna have a lot more choices and a lot more ideas about what to post as photos, and more of your photos are gonna go viral.
Great, yeah, all spot on points there. I'll update this too, Josh. I just saw that Jack Mangum got that last one, so we're now at 0, unfortunately, guys. We'll close that off now. Now, if you're in the middle, if you're on heyo.com/postplanner deal and you're already typing in your info, go ahead and finish that. We'll honor those, but moving forward, we'll wrap that up and move forward into those questions which we've just got answered. But most importantly, I want to make sure that I can skip forward and show you guys our highest converting campaign ever. This is one of them. It was a brick and mortar location called King Tut's Wawa Hut. They launched their campaign here. They had a great mobile version of the campaign. Okay, and when they launched it, they had people enter and then click like, share, and tweet. They put this status update in their content calendar, and look at the results they got in the upper right of my page. So it was hugely, hugely successful. The reason being is people clicked like, share, and tweet, and all of them would be tweeting this message out, which linked back to their campaign. This is how you get free impressions with no ad spend. Now, the great thing about this campaign is I emailed the creator. This is a screenshot of the email I sent Kaj, the person who created it. I'll let you read it. She's really cool. So that was what I sent, and here is what she wrote back. She said, we've had a great response, but to be honest, the content was so good, it's driven itself. Guys, this re-articulates what I tell you when I say we've built this so that the campaigns convert. Take that app campaign to double your list, build the status update into your content calendar every Monday and Friday, and you're setting yourselves up for a great end of 2014 and start to 2015. So Josh, what we want to do now is go in and pick a winner on the Heyo Notes campaign. Guys, if you took notes, submit them now using hashtag Heyo Notes on Twitter, and I will go in and pick a winner here in about 15 seconds. I'm going to bring this up on my other monitor. Okay. So if I pronounced her if I pronounced her name wrong on the webinar, my apologies. All right, so I see a bunch of folks have submitted their images. I'm going to take a look at them right now. All right, so I see Ramon Williamson took a screenshot of the content creator calendar we set up. Deborah is taking notes via her mobile. Actually, you know what? Deborah's going to be the winner here. Here is why. She's multitasking, which I love. She's watching the webinar via her computer, then taking notes on her phone in her notes app. So, Deborah, congratulations. I'll send you a tweet. You're the winner. We'll get your info, and we'll get you your shirt here as soon as possible. So, with all that being said, Josh, a bunch of people decide to purchase. We'll get you your bonuses. But most importantly, guys, and Josh, to you specifically, I want to say thank you. I know it takes time to communicate this webinar to your audience. It looks like they learned a lot today. So, Josh, my man, thanks for having me on.
My pleasure, man. It's my pleasure to reach out to my audience and show them this value, and I'm so happy that so many people took advantage of it.
Of course. And you bet, guys. Again, I just want to say thanks. And for those of you in the chat room right now asking, Nathan, can you guys just do this for me? Is there a way that I can just not spend any time and have your team build a campaign for us? Just type your phone number in the chat, and we'll reach out to you here shortly and tell you about an option where we can actually just build that for you. In the meantime, Josh, thanks again. Guys, we'll see you on the other side. Take care, and bye-bye.
Take care.
See you, man.
Bye.